Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry. Is it okay if I don't be on video?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Meeta.
Okay.
Are you a junior or senior?
I'm a sophomore.
Oh, you're a sophomore. Wow, I'm impressed. You're managing the whole, you're, you know, the whole thing, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot. A lot of the administrators are people who did the program last year as freshmen. So,
Oh, I see, I see. So what are you majoring in?
electrical and computer engineering in CS. I'm pretty
Oh,
interested in deep learning stuff too. I did a research project this summer on it. So
all right.
see
So
that.
you are an incoming sophomore.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had a good 2 day. I guess this is the last session, right?
Yeah, it is. So,
Where are you based out of, Tyler?
I'm in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna send this PDF also in the channel.
Hello, Meeta, Tyler. This is Pranay here joining as well from EazyML team.
Hey, Pranay, how are you?
Good, Meeta.
So Tyler, Pranay is my colleague. Pranay and I guess Pranay will be doing the workshop. I'll give an overview, introduce everything, and then Pranay will take over and hopefully I'll walk everybody through creating an account and everything. So
Okay.
hopefully people can follow and really take advantage of the workshop.
Okay.
So let us know when you want us to start. We'll just wait for you to give us a green signal.
Yeah, I'll introduce you guys. That'll probably be 5 minutes from now.
Sure.
All right, while we are waiting, I'll be back in just a minute or two.
Okay. Would you let me share my screen, Tyler?
Yeah, I can start sharing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You should be able to do it now.
So what are you guys, is Duke having some kind of a hybrid model for the fall semester where they're inviting freshmen or sophomore students and the others are going virtual?
Yeah, the freshmen and sophomores are invited on campus, and the seniors and juniors are not.
I see that across a lot of universities. Princeton is doing that as well. Columbia is doing that as well, because we work with those universities. So we found out.
Oh, okay.
So I guess you will be coming to for the fall semester, Tyler, right?
Yeah, I will be going. That's about like a week and a half from now. So it's coming up.
Yeah. So how was the whole event today? You guys learned a lot?
Yeah, for sure. I've enjoyed it so far today. So all good.
That's good to hear. What was your favorite part? Anything favorite, or you need to really reflect on everything and then come up with a favorite?
I just went to a session of like a few Duke students who were just talking about like tech opportunities at Duke. So it was kind of cool to learn about like clubs and classes and opportunities to get involved on campus. So that was cool.
Yeah, for me, today's been very hands-on because I did the 3D printing workshop with Tyler earlier, and then now the machine learning. So it's been a very hands-on day, which is cool.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So are you guys all CS majors, or we have other majors as well in this group?
I personally am a CS major. I feel like a lot of people are CS, but there are definitely kids who are not.
I'm not CS. I'm thinking neuroscience, but I'm not like completely decided.
Okay.
I'm mechanical engineering.
Okay. Anybody?
I'm actually considering public policy and economics.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's a little bit of everything, huh? Was it well attended, Tyler? I think 160 students signed up for the event or something.
Yeah, I think we had around 160. So yeah, there's a lot of people. It was a lot of work to organize. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good learning experience. You did a great job. You guys did a great job. I'm very impressed that you're just a freshman, incoming sophomore, and you know, you are involved in organizing this, because I saw the spreadsheet and it was a lot going on. You guys had a lot back to back to back, you know, a lot of things.
Yeah, it's very it's really packed. So, yeah, all the other people on the admin team did a really good job.
Yeah.
So I think we can get ready right about now. Yeah, so hi everyone. Today our speaker is Mita from EazyML. I don't know, would you like to introduce your company?
Yes, sure. So I wanted to start off by saying thank you to you, Tyler, and Kyle, for really organizing such a great event. And thank you for inviting us, EazyML team, to really showcase EazyML platform. I'm joined here with my colleague, Pranay, and we are the founding team at EazyML. EazyML is the first machine learning platform that is really very, very, like the name says, easy to use, easy to learn, automated machine learning platform. So we are going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to start off by just telling everybody how to create a user account. I see some of you already have. For those of you who have not, just go to easyml.com. Everybody can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. If anybody has any troubles, just, you know, raise your hands and mention it in chat and I'll come back to it, and hopefully me and Pranay can address it. So go to easyml.com. You'll see for enterprise and for personal, EasyML is deployed at many enterprises, as well as we have a personal version for consumers, which is what we are going to be looking at today. So just go to personal and then go to get started. And once you go to get started, it'll bring you up to a sign up page. So you can sign up with Google, which I think will be the easiest, but if you want, you can also put in your name and your email and create an account like that. So for those of you who have not done it, please do so, because Pranay, my colleague, is going to run a workshop where he's going to show you step by step how you can learn machine learning using EasyML platform. And if you follow those steps, it's going to be much more interesting and you'll understand and get the most out of this workshop. So while some of you are creating your account, I'm going to just give you a tour of the website. We have a lot of information, a lot of content on our website. So if you go to, for example, data set repository, after you've created, for today's workshop also, after you've created your account, go to data set repository, and you'll see this is like curated data sets. There's small data sets for beginners. It's neatly organized. And then there are medium data sets for users who have already done the beginner exercises. So go to medium data set and download the training data set and the test data set, because Pranay is going to be, in his workshop, he's going to work with the Titanic use case. And, there are large data sets also after today's workshop. You guys feel free to try large data sets. Or there are public data sets as well, a lot of data set, and we continue to add more data set to our repository. So a couple of things I wanted to say. You all will get access to EasyML if, for those of you who are really interested in learning machine learning through EasyML platform. We are very happy to give you free premium subscription for a month. Just reach out to me. My email is in chat. And also those students who, try EasyML platform, if you want to write about it, let us know. Our team is going to review how your experience was. And we are if whatever you say, if it's very interesting, we'll be happy to also post it on our blog. In the past, we've done so. And we'll also enter you in a some kind of a chance to win prizes or gift cards and maybe possible internship also. So if you guys try EasyML and you want to write something about it, let us know. We'll be happy to read it and feature it on our blog. So once you have actually created your account, you will be directed to the portal. The portal should look somewhat like this. Okay, any questions so far? All right. So I'm going to start off by some of you said that most of you are CS majors, right? Some of you are not, but most of you are CS majors. So all of you, either you are CS majors or math majors or engineering majors, data science, there's one essential thing to all these disciplines. And it is the ability to really program computers as a tool to aid your projects, right? Traditional computer programming has been taught for decades via programming languages, like Java or Python, and they're very useful set of courses. But then there is a really big change coming your way. And as you embark into your professional life, AI's machine learning will really start to program computers. And the language in which machine learning will program computers will be, guess what? Statistics. So let me just take a step back and explain to you. Let's say you were programming computers to develop a system to really forecast weather. Okay, I just want to take a very simple example. Forecast whether it's going to rain or not. It's a very simple example, but it will drive the point. So we'll walk through the traditional software development process as it's practiced today. So what happens? A traditional systems engineer or analyst, he will write a systems requirement, right? What is the objective? It is to find whether it's going to rain or not. Cloudy weather implies it's going to rain. Wind does not play a role in whether it's going to rain or not. So once the system engineer or system analyst has written the system requirement, what happens next? These requirements are programmed by a software developer. The software developer would develop the system by programming the computer. If it's cloudy, then return rain. If it's not cloudy, then return not rain. It's a very, very manual process. That's how it's done today, right? So guess what? Now we are going to enter into a brave new world of computer programming. Machine learning will take over. It will automatically program the computers, developing the systems much quicker and much more robustly. So let's see how it's going to do that. So, you know, every enterprise, right? Every business, every enterprise, they have a lot of data. And we're going to assume that there is a lot of data in any enterprise to predict whether it's going to rain or not. So you can see here, you guys can see my screen, right? Okay, so this is the training data. Cloud, if it's, you can see if it's cloudy, it's gonna.
Sorry, we cannot see the training
Sorry,
data.
we can see the data.
You
We
can
are seeing the EazyML portal.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry. You're seeing the EazyML portal. Okay, sorry. My bad. How about now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, my apologies. I didn't know that. So, okay. So this is the, this is how it was done. It is done until today. Systems requirements, then system implementation. Okay, and this is how it's going to be done tomorrow. Hold on. The Zoom is really screwed up. Okay, there you go. So this is how it's going to be done in the brave new world of computer programming, that is when machine learning takes over. This is the training data. When it's cloudy, then it rains. When it's cloudy, it rains. When it's wind, doesn't matter. So what's going to happen is the training data can be, every business, every enterprise has a lot of training data, and the training data can be automatically gathered by connectors on your ML platform that serves as a hook into your system, right? So once the machine learning platform has this training data, this is the training data. Once it has the training data, it automatically develops a statistical model, this statistical model, a decision tree for our example, for example, here. Here is how it's going to predict. If it rains, it rains. If it's cloudy, it's going to rain. If it's not cloudy, it's not going to rain. So this is why you must really learn machine learning. to keep current with the new way of computer programming. As you computer program today, tomorrow in the new world, machine learning is going to start doing computer programming. And the best way to really learn machine learning is by doing machine learning. And that is what EazyML is. It's we've tried to make the platform very intuitive, very easy to use. EazyML platform enables you to really learn machine learning. We've tried to really democratize machine learning. So for example, it's easy to use, very transparent. You all must have heard about explainable AI. Most machine learning platforms today, they are black boxes. You don't know how they're predicting. EazyML is the first machine learning platform that is transparent. And it's very easy to use. We have attempted to really democratize machine learning. It's not only the preserve of the data scientist. Today, machine learning is the exclusive preserve of data scientists. You have to, if you want to learn machine learning, you have to know data science, you have to know statistics, you know, a lot of programming. But with EazyML, we have tried to democratize machine learning. So you really don't need to know the ins and outs of data science and statistics. So having said that, I'm going to take a little pause and stop sharing and maybe ask if anybody has any questions. Otherwise, we'll just jump right into the workshop. All right, Pranay, so you're up.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Tyler, I think I'll need permissions from you to share my screen.
Okay, you should.
I think I got it. So let me share my screen here. Okay, I hope you all can see this. What I'm showing is the EasyML portal, but from here we'll actually navigate to the EasyML service. You all can see this, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Pranay, can you go through the tutorial? I'm sorry, I forgot to show them tutorial, how they can really go on the website and go through all the tutorials.
Oh yeah, sure, no problem. In fact, the data set that I'm going to use for this workshop, you can find it from this website. And as I navigate you through that, I'll also show you the tutorials. Okay, so when you click on personal, and that's where you would be going, if you're part of a corporate or enterprise, you would have taken the other route. You know, so in here, there are two options, for enterprise and for personal. If you click on for personal, there are a whole bunch of resources in here. Okay, so tutorials, for example, this is what Meeta is referring to. Why do machine learning? There are videos, video tutorials in here that you can refer to after this session is over.
So if I may interrupt, I'm sorry. It's very neatly, systematically categorized with your journey. Why do machine learning? And then if you go down, Pranay, start with the top, and then if you why EasyML for machine learning. There are many platforms today. Google has one, Microsoft has one, Big ML, AutoML, you know, Data Robot, many of them. But why EasyML? You will find information about that. EasyML is one of the easiest to learn, easy to use machine learning platform with no programming background at all. No coding experience needed. You can get started right away. And then as you keep going down, you'll find a lot of content that will really help you with this journey of learning machine learning. Sorry, Brennan.
Right. All right, so, and here is the data set repository, right? So this is where you'll find all kinds of data sets to play with. And we are going to use one of these data sets in here. Titanic, everyone who wants to learn machine learning, they are familiar with Titanic data set or Iris data set. But if not, that's fine, no problem. When we upload this data set, briefly go over what this data set is about. Right? It's in nutshell, it's about predicting survivability of those passengers who are on board on that fateful day. So that's what this data set is about. So this is data set repository from where you can get data sets to experiment with. Having said that, you can go out to the world, internet at large, and get data set from anywhere and run your experiments. Or you could create a data set based on the problems that you are solving as part of your academic curriculum. Right? Now, having said that, let me take you right into the portal. So I'm gonna go for personal, get started, okay? In here, once you have signed up, you have an account, you log in. Login, I have signed up with my Google account. So I'm gonna use that. Once you log in, this is going to be your landing page. Very simple. So as you all may be aware, there are 3 distinct stages in machine learning exercise. One is to get the data and prepare the data for analytics, machine learning, model building exercise. Right? And in the second stage, you would actually build the models, right? All kinds of models you may have heard. If you are from computer science and data science background, you may have heard about neural networks, random forest, support vector machines, and so on and so forth. The third stage, after you have built the model, is about running your predictions on your models. Now, those 3 distinct stages, with EazyML, you can run through those in one of the 2 modes, detailed mode versus accelerated mode. Now, in this portal, as you go through the flow, the entire flow from stage 1, 2, and 3, everywhere you'll find context-sensitive help. If you're not sure what this particular screen means or what it does, you can always click on this question mark on the top right. Okay, it'll explain you what this screen is about. So accelerated mode, as the name implies, it'll run through various steps without stopping for your input. Okay, there are many decisions which are made by machine automatically on your behalf. But if you're learning for the first time, or you are a researcher who wants to play with the configuration options, I would recommend we go through detail mode. And that is exactly what we will do during this demo. We'll go through the detail mode. EazyML will guide you through every single step. It'll make its recommendations with regard to choices, but you have the power to override it. Okay. So those 3 distinct stages, which I just talked about: prepare training data after you upload it, build model, and then predict your world, wherever you want to run predictions, test data sets, right? Click on next. You can upload a file from your device or from Google Drive. There is an upcoming release where you can upload file from your Dropbox account or OneDrive account. If you happen to have data in Amazon S3, you can download it from there, upload it from there, and so on and so forth. Pretty soon you will have those data connectors showing up here. At the moment, you have 2 choices: from your device or from Google Drive. So I'm gonna upload from my device. Okay. So this is the data set that I was referring to on the EazyML portal, Titanic data set. So there is, of course, training and test. EazyML platform is a supervisory machine learning platform, which means it needs supervision in terms of label. You need to provide training data to the machine. Just like an example that Meeta had, various parameters which may influence the weather. Okay, and then the outcome. So, for example, this data set has 861 records, 8 variables. Now, in this data set, whoever prepared this data set believe maybe all of these are important from predicting survivability point of view. So here is the first column, which is actually the outcome that we want to predict. It survived. But there are other features in here, or variables in here, which may or may not influence the outcome. Now, like Mita said, let's say there was no machine learning to assist you with this challenge, where the business unit or your advisor asks you, you wanna give me a system to which I will feed the input as passenger class, the gender, age, and these other features. I'll feed into that system, and you tell me, or rather your system tells me whether that individual survived or not. So if you did not have machine learning, you'll have to go through this data manually, look for patterns, with your keen observation, and come up with a systematic algorithm, which will, given the gender is so and so, and the age is between so and so range, and whether siblings or spouse or was on board, depending on that, your code, you will be coding this algorithm, right? So traditionally, humans understand system requirements. They come up with the observations, insights, come up with an algorithm, and code the algorithm, which will generate a system for you to predict. Once the system has been generated, you feed the input data, the test data, which will look very much like what you're saying here. And your system that you have coded will predict this. Now come to the brave new world of machine learning. In machine learning, you are feeding this training data to a machine learning platform like EazyML. Okay. It is the platform which will build the system, to which if you were to feed the test data, it's gonna predict it for you, predict the survivability for you. So humans building systems versus now machine building system for you. A lot of time saving, a huge gain in productivity with machine learning. Okay. So this is the data set, very simple, fare, passenger class, gender, age, and whether the family is on board or not. And survive is the outcome, right, which we want to predict. There are names of the individuals, which are actually the identities. Identities typically do not play an important role in the decision making in here. So what we are going to do is, on the next page, it's going to ask you, please specify the identifier variable in the data. Happens to be name. If you have questions as to why, you can always click and click more, if you want to dive into details. So the help is designed in a way, it'll give you a highlight of the help. If you want to know more, you can always click for more help. So we specify the identifier variable, which is name, and move on. Here we're gonna skip this on this pass, and this has a value. If you want to run through various experiments where you want to include or exclude certain variables in your machine learning model building exercise. For now, we're gonna keep every single variable which was thrown at us. And in general, that's your first pass. You should just throw everything at the machine. Let the machine decide which is important, which is not important. Okay. So here, based on the training data, the EazyML platform has automatically figured out what should be the data types. Now, data types could be a few different types. Categorical variable, right? It's one of the categories, 3 categories, 4 categories. So versus numerical variables, it's a number like name implies. You could also have a textual variable, which could be a paragraph or a sentence or a couple paragraphs. This platform is unique in that sense that is allows you to mix and match numerical and categorical variables with text variables. It's a one of the unique differentiators. Its power in NLP, text analytics. Every other platform out there, you have to deal with textual data separately versus the numerical and categorical data, and then bring it all together manually. But not here. With EazyML platform, you could construct a data set, or you could feed a data set in here to the platform, which has both text and the traditional variables, categorical and numerical. Okay. You could also have date time variables in here. Okay. It automatically figures it out. You don't have to specify. But having said that, like I said, in the detail mode, you have power to override the EasyML platform's decision. So all these buttons that you see change, you can change the data type to what you think is right. Okay. So I'm gonna move on to the next page. Here are the statistics, various statistics corresponding to variables in your data set, max, mean, median, and so on and so forth. It gives you information about how many, what percentage of records are missing a particular variable. That too, it's important for you to make a decision whether you want to impute those missing values or rather just drop them. Okay. In this case, there are no missing values, so EasyML platform is not going to do or not going to ask you to impute. Okay, we directly go to another important step called outlier removal. Right? I'm sure most of you are familiar with outliers. Those are the extreme values which deviate from the norm. Right? If there is a norm in your data set, there are certain values here and there which deviate significantly from the norm in your data set, then those are considered outliers. There are various techniques. If you want to dive into details what those techniques are, they're all in here. For example, isolation forest algorithm is one of those techniques. Okay. We're going to let the EasyML platform see if there are outliers, and if there are, let it remove. Well, in this case, there are no outliers present. Okay, so no records were removed. If there were any, you would see a table of all those records which were removed. Okay. We are almost at the end of the stage one. Okay, this is a pre-processed data. That was the objective of stage one. Get the data in there, cleanse it, remove the outliers. If it needs to be imputed, certain variables, we impute those, and so on and so forth. These are the data points. Most important action that you need to take in this stage is identify what variable you're trying to predict. You need to tell EasyML which variable you're trying to predict. Here we know it's survivability. Okay. We are done. Total number of rows, 861. Native predictors is 6. The outcome variable is survive. There is visualization facility in here. If you wanted to visualize 2D or 3D, various interplay of various features in there, you could do so. But for the purposes of demo, I'm going to skip the visualization and take you to the second stage. I'll take a pause here. I've been chatting away. Any questions on stage one? I guess none, so let's keep rolling. Stage two is actually building the model. Right? EasyML platform has stored the process data. It gives you a choice to build predictive model versus time series model. In this case, the nature of the challenge is predictive. You want to predict the survivability of a passenger who was on board on Titanic on that fateful day. So we're going to build predictive models. Okay. The nature of the problem is classification, because whether survive, yes or no. You could have, for example, another challenge or another problem data set where you may be predicting, for example, house price, or you may be predicting fare for something. Those are numbers. When you have numbers being predicted, of course, it's a regression problem. I may sound, repeating stuff for those who are already familiar with these terminology, but for the benefit of the audience who are not from data science background, I am elaborating on some of these concepts. Classification problem. Do you want EasyML to remove dependent predictors? If there are any, EasyML platform will automatically remove. Now, there are pros and cons of that. Those are described in help in here. And you could override that decision, what machine recommends. For the moment, we will just go with machine's recommendation in here. Do you want EasyML to derive new predictors from numeric predictors? Now, for example, what does this mean? Okay, so you had, for example, if you had a data set where one of the features was duration, and another feature was the number of calls made in that duration or interval, let's say. In 2 hours, 46 calls were made. Let's say 2 distinct features in there, 2 distinct columns in your data set. Another data point says in 1 hour, 53 calls were made. And third data point may say in 4 hours, 231 calls were made. Now those two are independent features in there, but sometimes their combination may play a role. For example, one of the use cases that we built and deployed for the biggest of the telcos, like British Telecom or Verizon's of the world, was that in order to predict whether there is a fraud incident taking place, we had to have the rate of the calls considered into the equation. Now, rate of the calls is not in your input. So that is where EazyML platform allows you to derive new predictor rate from the given numeric predictors, interval, and number of calls. If you had any such predictors, when you know your data set the best, okay, if you know there are such predictors which would make sense, then you would say yes and specify those derivations. In terms of derivations, it just lets you build the arithmetic combinations of the given input predictors. At the moment in Titanic Data Set, I know there are no such interrelationships, so I went with machine's recommendation. No. Feature selection stage, some of you may be familiar with feature engineering. So that's what happened just now here, feature engineering. 861 data points, it was pretty quick given the enormity of data points there. Identified all the predictors which influence the outcome that you are trying to predict. And here we go to the next step, which is going to build the models. But before it builds the model, it gives you lets you have peek into the data. Why so? Because by this time your original data set may have been transformed. For example, outliers removed or imputation done. New derived predictors have been introduced. If there are such new columns being introduced or rows being taken away, here is your chance to review it. After this, it's gonna just build the models. Now, when we say building models, if you are a data scientist, what you would do is write code in Python or R, Scala, other programming languages, or other data scientist friendly programming languages to build models like neural networks, support vector machines, random forest, gradient boosted decision trees. You have to come up with the hyperparameters for each one of those models when you're building those. Now, it's an intensive exercise to optimize your hyperparameters for the model. And plus, you have to build all these models and do an exercise to find the best. All that burden is taken off your shoulder by EazyML platform. Build all these models and it gives you the performance metrics for each one of those. Okay. Accuracy numbers are right here in this column and the kappa values are in here. If you have questions, what do those mean? You can always refer to help, like I've been saying. Okay. So if you read the literature about Titanic Data Set, you would find this to be in the top 5 percentile models which have been built around, 82% accuracy in here. Once those models are built, it also tells you from the best models point of view, which predictors were important in decision making. Right? So here is the gender. It seems, given your training data, the gender plays an important role in telling you whether that passenger would survive or not. The passenger class is another important predictor across the data set that which is influential in telling you whether this passenger will survive or not. and so goes with fair, and so on and so forth. Those are the important variables. The models are built, I should say. And of course, there's a best or recommended model by the EazyML platform. They are there in your account, so if you have signed up, you've been playing in your account, there is a directory where you have your training data sets, models, what we just built, they are ready here in this repository. So training data set, here is the directory. You can go back and look at various details for the data set, which you just uploaded and built model. Tells you the model was built on August 2nd, just about a minute ago. Okay. You can come back to the flow. Okay. Second stage is complete. The third stage is using these models to run your predictions. Do you want to continue with using the built model to predict on your data? The default, of course, is yes. Now, like I said, it has built all those models, and it gives you an opportunity to test your data with all the models, because sometimes the top two may be very close. Before you make a decision to go with one or the other on your own, you want to override EazyML platform's recommendation, and you want to experiment with the other models. It gives you an opportunity to test those other models too. For the moment, we'll go with the recommended model. I'm going to click on choose for the first row. And this is where you upload the test data. Again, the choices are from your own local computer or from the cloud. And the cloud, like I said, there would be pretty soon options for Dropbox, Azure, OneDrive, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to upload from my local computer. I have Titanic test. By the way, when you go to easyml.com and go to that dataset repository, you can get both training and test. When you download the dataset, you get both. So prediction is ready. Let's see what those predictions are. They usually show up in the last column. The prediction accuracy is 85%. And like I said, if you were to research outside, it's in the top percentiles. All the predictions which are correct would show up in green in the last column. Those which are incorrect will show up in red, the last column. Okay. Now you want to know why EazyML platform made the prediction the way it did. And this is where we are coming to the next unique differentiator of this platform. Okay. So whenever you say EazyML is an AutoML platform, AutoML platform is the class of machine learning platforms which automate most of these steps for you. There is Google's, of course, out there, and others out there, the big guys. But there are certain things which are unique about EazyML you can get only here. And one of those features is transparency. Okay, go ahead. Somebody had a question?
Yeah, no, that was me, Pranay. So I just wanted to reinforce what you are saying. Most ML platforms today, almost all of them, they are black boxes today. They do not explain their prediction. EazyML is transparent. And one of the biggest differentiators is that it explains its predictions. So you can know, how are you going to trust the platform if you don't know how it predicted? You can't just trust somebody just because they say something, right? So EazyML shows you why it predicted the way it did. That is the biggest differentiator. Explainable AI, I'm sure most of you must have heard that it's a big thing today. Most ML platforms are black boxes. EazyML is not. So besides being really, really easy to use, easy to learn, it's very transparent. That's one of our differentiators. Go ahead, Pranay, sorry.
Right. The transparency, and that is where we are leading to now. It'll help you understand why it predicted the way it did. Okay. You can choose a data point among your test data set records that you want the EazyML platform to explain. Okay. So for example, here, the very first passenger, 42-year-old, and these are various features for this passengers. And EazyML platform, the model built by EazyML platform predicted survive. Why? Explain it. The model predicted the passenger will survive because of the following condition in the decreasing order of their influence. It says, because this passenger paid a very high fare, $227 at that point of time, a large sum. And in fact, if you scan through the entire training data, you would see that this particular passenger, the fare just stands out, the highest fare. Now, and that's what you show here in the local predictor importance plot. Fare was important in predicting survivability for this particular data point. And here is where I want, where I want to make a distinction between global importance and local importance. So global has to do with, in general, these are the things important. In general, a particular student who has so-and-so grades and so-and-so SAT score and so-and-so recommendation makes it to so-and-so university. Okay. But there is a particular student who made it to a particular university, Duke University, let's say, and that may not necessarily conform to those general. And that's where local importance helps you understand why this particular passenger happened to survive. And in the context of this, I want to also highlight another facet of transparency. Not only that it explains you why, but if you wanted to do a contrast with what we had observed as global importance, you can always go to trace. This button I haven't explained so far. I was saving it for this moment. You can always trace your steps. You click on trace. It gives you the entire trace of the choices that you have made and what model has built. So built the model. Here was the global importance, prediction plot. You can see that the gender was the most important. Passenger class was the next one, and fare came after that. But for this particular data point, which we just asked the EasyML platform to explain, it was the fare which played an important role. Here, $227. Okay.
So it's traceable also. You can see all the steps from the beginning till the end, everything. So it really helps you reinforce and understand all the steps. The transparency, the traceability part, those are the things that really help you facilitate learning.
Right. Now, we'll take another data point and then we'll open up for questions. Understand the prediction? Yeah, I want to understand another data point. Let's click on the second one. Okay. Miss Maria in here, and model predicted this passenger would survive because she is female, age is 1. So it's a young female child. Doesn't matter which passenger class or what fare, even if the fare is very little in here, it does have some role to play among the others, but the most important fact being this is a young female child. She gets to survive. That's what the machine has learned from the training data. Young female child survives. And so on and so forth. You could, actually click on explain for every single one of those data points, and EasyML platform will come back to you with explanations why the recommended model predicts the way it did. So that's the end of stage 3. Do I want to enter more data for prediction? Well, no. Okay, but you could, and you could choose another model if you wanted to do. Keep running predictions on one or more data sets across all those models which have been built. You could do so. And we are back to home learning. Very easy to use, flow driven. There's no programming required if you're not a programmer. You just need to have a data set with labels, and then this platform will guide you through the entire process. It will help you save those traces, and in terms of transparency, it will offer you trace as well as explanation. And at some point, you could try out the text power NLP prowess of the platform, where you upload a data set where one or more of the columns happen to be text as well.
So we didn't talk about, Pranay, the App Store. Can you just show the App Store also? So our ultimate vision is we are creating an app store. We are in the process of building some apps. One of the apps is sports betting. Sports betting is legal in 20 states. So wherever it's illegal, don't use it. Just like Android or iOS, EazyML is going to help you guys develop your own machine learning applications. That's the ultimate vision. And we have a couple of apps right now, but we are building more apps, and we would encourage you guys to also explore that feature at EazyML.
All right, so very easy to navigate to App Store. You click here and you'll find the apps currently available. More coming, So natural language processing, we have that strong lineage from IPsoft, a leader in NLP platforms. And the flagship platform is Amelia. So when you Google for Amelia IPsoft, you'll hear all about it. So NLP-based apps are right here. There are web-based portals as well as the APIs. If you are programming savvy, there are APIs here, as well as there is a section in here for developers. Everything that I talked about in the context of the web-based navigation for building models, every one of those modules are available with the APIs in here. Okay. Very comprehensive suite of APIs in here, if you're programming savvy. Okay. If not, no worries. The EazyML platform makes it super easy for you.
Yeah, so we wanted to open up for any questions. You all have free access to the platform, and whoever is interested, we'll be happy to extend you premium access for a month. Just reach out to me. And also, if there are any questions, reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you go through your machine learning journey. So anybody has any questions about EazyML? Okay, so we have one question, Pranay. Can you talk more about sports betting implementation that you're developing? Yes. So Pranay, you want to talk or should I talk?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we are developing a sports betting app that is going to be powered by EazyML. So I'm sure you guys have heard about FanDuel and all other platforms. It's going to be somewhat like that. It's actually when you bet on FanDuel, sites like FanDuel, EazyML is going to empower you with information. The app is going to be for NBA basketball, and it's going to predict many things like point spread, which team is going to win, which athlete is going to score how much. All that information, EazyML is going to be able to predict. And if you are on FanDuel or any of these other platforms that are betting apps, you can go on EazyML and really get that empowered insight and be more I guess your predictions would be more accurate, because EazyML has all the data and has done all the modeling and everything, and is giving you its predictions. So that will be probably available in about a month and a half or so. And then we're building other apps as well. We are building, you know, some EazyML apps that are going to be, I guess, for lack of a better word, you know, bots that are going to, for example, follow some personas of Twitter accounts and come up with parodies or interesting ideas and retweet them automatically. That's another application that we are building. And then we are also considering and building, you know, you guys must have heard, machine learning also has the capability to do some, you know, in music, develop music, compose music. So that's another application that we are considering. It has a lot of applicability, a lot of apps, and that you can develop. And that's the ultimate vision, that we want EazyML to be so easy and democratize machine learning that people who have these app ideas, they can really come on this platform, just like you go to Android or iOS, and develop your own apps. EazyML can facilitate that for machine learning apps. All right, you're welcome, Jackson. Any other question? Okay, no other questions, huh?
I was wondering, if you're using time series data, is there a way for like real time, or for the other models, like real time?
Right. So there is a time series model building option too when you go to the stage 2. Remember, there was a screen which showed whether you want to build predictive model or time series model. So if you have a time series data, yes, you can build that too.
Yeah, so we've done that. I think there might be some videos on that. A lot of you Gen Zs would be very interested in avocado toast, right? We just did a video on predicting avocado prices. If there's any other interesting use case that you guys have, send us an idea. You know, using machine learning, if you want to predict something else, stock prices, or, you know, home prices, or those kind of things. Okay.
Oh, and
So Tyler, would you be able to share the recording with us?
yes, I will be able to.
Okay. Okay. So if there are no questions, I guess we wanted to thank you, Tyler, for hosting us and doing such a great job for the whole event. And thank you to everybody who attended. And as I said, reach out to me. My email is in chat. Any questions at all, we'll be very happy to help you along your journey of machine learning.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us. It's really
Thank you. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.